I 28F cheated on my husband 29M. What now? Story 1. I cheated on my boyfriend 5 years ago and we've been married now for the past 4 years. I 32F cheated on my boyfriend 39M 5 years ago. We have now been married for the past 4 years. We've been together for a total of 10 years. My husband has only had 2 time partners, myself and his ex-wife. His ex-wife cheated on him as well, but no one could ever hurt him the way I have. I had the blueprint to his heart and I hurt him worse than anyone ever could. He did everything for me and showed me how to be an adult. I was spoiled and had everything done for me by my parents. 4 years ago I got close to a former co-worker who was the complete opposite of my husband. This guy was a loser in every sense of the word. He slept on a couch in his parents' home, was in debt, a deadbeat dad, fat, immature and irresponsible. My husband is very attractive, fit, owned his own home, responsible, independent, an excellent father, previous marriage and mature and responsible. The cheating relationship lasted 4 months and my husband and boyfriend knew bits and pieces of it. I provided him with trickle truth only after years of questioning on his part to make myself and the situation seem better than it was. I manipulated my boyfriend into getting engaged with me, saying I would stop the cheating if he got engaged to me, and he agreed to get married to me. He was okay with this because he believed I didn't have time with the guy. Fast forward 4 years later, truth has been demanded after years of questioning. My indiscretions, my character and personality flaws, my red flags have trickled in. I have never been the one to show remorse on my own or take action to fix our relationship. He has been more than patient with me. He's done everything he could for us. He's in pain every day and our relationship is taking a toll on every aspect on his life. I don't know how much more he can take it. It is only after years of his questions, self-reflection and analysis of our relationship that I feel remorse for my actions. Because of my husband I have become a better person. I owe everything to him. My husband does not want to get divorced for a second time. He comes from a religious family and getting divorced the first time was hard enough. He does not want to be pitied or ridiculed for a second time. He also doesn't want to set a bad example for his kid. I want to make it work. I desperately want to stay with him, but I haven't showed desperation or put forth the same efforts he has. He's my everything and I regret what I've done. I don't want to hurt him anymore, but I don't want to live a life without him. I want him to explore other women while still being with me, but he's not the type of guy who wants to use women or have a casual fling with them. He also does not want to publicize what he's doing by creating dating social media sites, i.e. Tinder, OkCupid, TL, DR. I cheated on my boyfriend and used what I did to manipulate him into marrying me. He's in pain every day, but I can't let him go. Story 2. My husband and I have been together for 10 years, married for 6 years. We have one amazing child together, a thriving business and an all-around very happy life. We have always been best friends. And we were each other first and only time partner. A few years ago I had some medical problems that caused me to no longer be able to have any more children. Shortly thereafter my husband stopped having time with me. It broke my heart and made me feel like I was not a good enough woman for him. I was aware that he would masturbate when I was not around, but never wanted to have time with me no matter how much I threw myself at him. I still loved him and my life very much, but was angry and felt that I shouldn't be forced to suddenly be celibate for the rest of my life, and made the very selfish decision to have time with another man. Since then I have had a total of 3 time partners. Recently my husband has tried to make things better between us. He has apologized for being so distant and asked for forgiveness. I am the one that needs forgiveness, not him. He reminds me how much he loves me and how happy he is that I have been so patient with him. Obviously I feel like the scum of the earth right now. I love this man and we have just gotten our life and love back. I feel that the very least that I owe him my honesty of what I have done. He is an amazing man and deserves the truth, but he would never ever forgive this and he will file for divorce. That will destroy both our lives on a cosmic level. What do I do now? How do I handle what I have done? I really don't want to lose my family, husband, or business that I have worked so hard to build, but he deserves better. TL, Dr. Husband stopped having time with me, so I selfishly had affairs. What now? Redditor's reactions. Redditor 3, what is your question? Even in this post you keep trying to justify how shitty you have been to your husband, and instead of asking what to do or how to better yourself you just want him to bang other people? That is not the answer. The answer is to come completely clean and hope that he forgives you, set up therapy for yourself and as a couple, and swear you will put your best effort forward to make things work. If it was your husband asking for advice, everyone would tell him to leave you. Story 3. I 58M feel like I never really knew my wife 57F after seeing the way she handled finding out about our daughter's 25F actions. I am aware the title is confusing and unclear, but the situation is complicated. I am overwhelmed and confused, and I feel like everything I knew about the people closest to me was a lie. Long story short, my daughter Anna 25F cheated on her boyfriend Adam 27M, who I have an amazing relationship with, and is now pregnant. The child is not his. The other man doesn't know yet. Adam was on a business trip that lasted about 3 weeks. After he came back, I assume Anna told him about the pregnancy because he called and said he wanted to propose and if I had any tips for him. 3 days later he comes to drop a wailing Anna off at our house with all of her belongings. Apparently, Anna's friend told him about the cheating. That is the only thing she told us. Through the crying, Adam didn't say anything, he just took her stuff out of the car and drove off. I was, and still am, deeply disgusted with my daughter. I did my best to raise her well, and I can't believe she would do this. I am not able to offer her any comfort or support because I just can't justify her actions. She is my daughter and I love her, but I feel such deep disgust. What she did is despicable. I texted Adam, asking if he was okay. He said he'll be fine. As if these conflicting emotions regarding my daughter weren't enough, I have some about my wife and the way she is handling this. My wife Mary, as soon as she saw Anna crying, started to yell at Adam, asking what happened, cursing at him after he ignored her. Her reaction just added to my shock. I brought Anna inside while she was yelling and cursing. We comforted her, gave her water and sugar when she told us what happened through tears. My wife was shushing her, telling her it was going to be okay. But then she started saying things like, "You'll find someone better, he wasn't man enough anyway," which disturbed me. She doesn't see anything wrong with what she said. I told her that our daughter did something terrible and nearly got away with doing that to someone and that she shouldn't be validated. I'm not saying we should insult her, but we shouldn't validate her choices either. She disagrees and says she needs our support. I really don't know what to do. I'm disgusted by both of them, but at the same time they're my wife and daughter. This is the 4th day since it happened, and Anna is posting on her Facebook things like men are trash and bad-mouthing her friend who told Adam. I don't really talk to her. Mary told me, "Don't you dare talk to her about Adam." I started spending more time out of the house. What do I do? I really need advice on how to handle this. Edit, I am now seeing posting on here was a mistake. Half of the people that commented have no business offering advice to anyone. I am deeply grateful and appreciative of all the helpful advice people offered, but now it has evolved into personal attacks and judgments of myself and some really hateful comments about women. To clarify, since a lot of you had trouble comprehending this, my goal is to support my daughter in a healthy way, without feeding into her misplaced victimhood like what my wife is doing. I do not think validating her attitude is going to do her any favors. In addition, I sought advice on how to get over this utter lack of morality, integrity and accountability both my daughter and wife have displayed in the last 5 days. I do not hate my daughter, and I do not think saying this isn't about you is fair, since this impacted me directly, my view of the people closest to me and my relationships. Once again, thank you to all people that offered helpful advice and support.